audience what the cosplayers are competing for. The swag that they get to take home. Can you hold these?
I can, because that is a very heavy award.
It is. Give me a moment.
We have to release it, conjure it from its box. Yeah. This is Sarah's business. This is engraved.
It is engraved. It says Fan Expo HQ, Fan Expo Canada 2025, Masters of Cosplay, Maple Leaf Qualifier, Best in Show. So they get this, and they get to go to MegaCon in Orlando next year and compete against all of our other Masters of Cosplay winners. So I'm going to put this somewhere safe.
Yeah, careful with it. If that ends up on eBay, if one of you swipe it...
Right? It's got to be worth at least $5.
Take that.
I'm going to give it to my lovely assistant, and then we'll get to your host award.
Yes. There was a secret award we didn't tell you about, which is little old me got to choose some winners too. Honestly, I am not a cosplayer, so everyone that walked on stage, I was like, how did you make that? That is incredible.
The answer is hot glue and Dollarama.
Hot glue and Dollarama. 1,200 hours to make a scarf.
It's insane.
Incredible. So we'll give you back your paperwork. Perfect. Should I do mine first?
Yeah, let's do one of yours first.
We're gonna do one of mine first. Okay, you ready? So this is a host award. Remember, I combined everything. This was about craftsmanship, technique, and also performance. I want someone who can work a stage, people. So the winner of this host award is the Ontario Swedish Chef.
Yeah.
This is Wreck-It Ralph's first win. Coming on stage, Wreck-It Ralph is wearing overalls done up on one side. Hair self-styled.
I believe they use a pillow for that style.
Is that right? Yes.
That's what one of my coworkers tells me.
The bedhead.
I just wake up in the morning.
Same. Here you are. Congratulations. Give it up.
We'll put you down at the end over there. We're going to get all of our winners to stay on the stage, and then we'll get a nice big photo of them. So, for the last couple of years, I've been incredibly honored to be able to give out an organizer award. I like to give my award to cosplayers that show a lot of promise. This one had me fully under their thrall. So, I am giving my award to Sappho's Cosplays for the Lestat. Contention. I can't wait to see what the next cosplay brings. And we'll let the photographers do the photo. So I think it's back to you because you just couldn't pick one person.
It's a personal problem. I have trouble making decisions, and so I argued with all of them backstage, and they let me give it a second host award. A second! Because I thought there was someone who did such incredible work. My jaw was on the floor. I could not believe it, and I want them to be recognized. So please put your hands together for Kelsey as Groot! Joining Groot on stage will be a small raccoon. All right, back to you.
Well, this one is actually, the audience chose this one. choice for this one. Sometimes they go back and forth. Sometimes the costume that you guys liked the best was kaiju. And I think I may have to go with them. I'm not sure if they're still wearing it. If they're not, if they just want to come up here as they are, we'll try and figure something out.
They're still wearing it? Okay, so we're gonna hold for 45 minutes while they get on stage. Hang tight, it's fine.
I think if I'm going to be the microphone here, I will run down. Photographers, do you want to come down and take photos with me down at that end? Maybe we'll call the judges back out and they can start doing their awards while we go and do this.
I think that's a good use of time. Don't let them
Judges?
poke their eye out. Let's welcome the judges back on stage! Masters of cosplay themselves.
Getting rid of the stick gets a little bit of a pain on the stage. Yes, middle. Hi, once again. Hi, I'm Skyleaf. I'm one of the judges. We also have.
Hi, I'm Cerulean.
I'm Raoul.
And I'm Unorthodox Design.
So we are going to start with our Judges Award. This is an award we're giving to a cosplayer that we wanted to recognize for their work. I do want to say it is, oh my God, they made it hard this year. We were nitpicking every little detail because we get to see these like that close. We get to switch scenes and look at all that stuff. So this was a really hard decision this year. So congratulations to all of you for just getting to this point.
It takes a lot of courage to go before the judges and have us look and inspect and get down on our knees and flip your seams and inspect everything from head to toe, toe to head, and in between, everywhere.
Oh yeah, we asked, but we look. So I'm going to start with mine. I'm going to one of the novices who showed some superior pattern making work as well as skill with draping and making this thing look like it is just folded and just sitting there, but it's actually all tacked down. And for doing the most hidden zipper I have probably seen in my 30+ years of sewing. And it showed amazing on stage. So Azure Cosplay for Hades.
She was not kidding on this zipper. We didn't know it was there until we flipped it upside down.
Okay? So my background is in sewing, and so I always look for great design, great sewing. I always say press your seams and look for everything. That's my little advice that I give to everybody. But mine is also a novice, and I think it's somebody who has, planted the seeds for great craftsmanship in the future. They've got strong roots to grow forward and bloom into a great crafter and cosplayer in the future. So, a lot of plant puns. It's going to be Quirky Quacker with Venusaur.
Yep.
So my
was a lot of detail work, a lot of attention to like the smallest little things. There was something really cool for all you fellow cosplayers that have been around for a while. The prop was constructed in a really, really unique way, and personally, I have to think about accessibility of my costumes due to some chronic illness, and this person also really took that into account, and the ways they modified their costume to make it accessible for them were really smart. So my judges award is going to Shaping Shan for Fern from
So, as an armorer, I am a little bit of a sucker for, a little bit of plating and detailing, and when I generally make stuff, it tends to be slathered in rust, and that's a good way of hiding damage and of armor, and it's like, it doesn't need any aging, it's perfect the way it is, and it embodies the media that it comes from. And so my judge's choice is Lana as Astrid.
Okay, so the next one is a new award for me, so it's most sustainable, and then so this one, y'all go hard on this one too. There was a lot of competition and contention about who can, reuse and repurpose materials the best and most effectively and create something new. And so this one was a lot of fun to look at, to learn about, and it required a few sacrifices, especially favorite pair of pants. So this is going to be Suzanne as Granny Kokoro.
Now we're moving into our Best in Category awards. So I will be presenting the award for Best Novice. This person walked into the room and it was so clean. There were so many little details and everything was so well done. The sheer number of techniques that they used in this build, all from embroidery to 3D modeling to LEDs, like it had almost everything. It was really impressive, and especially for a novice, the level of workmanship was really, really good. So the Best Novice Award is going to Glorifying as, apologies in advance for this pronunciation, Shalom.
Okay, so next we have Best Journeyman, and again, this person stepped in and we were blown away. The sewing skill craft on this is amazing, from head to toe, the embroidery, up and down, all around. the foam work. So this was a mixed media. There was sewing and foam work for armor, and a little bit of armor and some weapons. So the best journeyman is the lore crafter for Molly Mock TV.
All right, on to the Masters category. We had a lot of great entries this year. When you're competing at that level, it all comes down to those little details, how you resolve scenes, how you mount things properly, and it was a lengthy discussion to try to get to our final contestants. But the winners this year for the Masters category is Purposeful Pretenders. Team combos are a little bit hard because you have to really balance out the multimedia skills from different members of the team. And I think that just having each individual person bring their own set of skills to the table and really show the ways.
So I get the privilege, the honor of announcing our runner-up. And let me tell you, this was close. When I say we were nitpicking, it was literally, okay, that person had this little thing, this person had this little thing. Like, it was a decision. But we made it. And I'm hopefully you're all agreeing with us. So our runner-up for the Maple Leaf qualifier is Mickey Millie New Ages as Elphaba.
All right, we are now about to announce our best in show. This person will be going down to Florida to compete at MegaCon. So, when this costume walked in the room, from afar, you know, it's good. And then you get up close, and it gets better. And it keeps getting better.
Every stitch told a story and it served a purpose, and everything worked together like immaculately.
Yeah, layer after layer came off, and there was new surprises, and just the amount of lore and traditional medicine and knowledge put into this. Like I said, there's a narrative written in every little piece of this costume.
And they made everything, literally from head to toe. They've covered it all. This thing it looks simple, like we said when you first look at it. But honestly, after, come take a close look at it. Everything there's more, there's all these little hidden details. And so we are very proud to announce that our Maple Leaf qualifier Best in Show goes to Vanya Young for her
hours past your bedtime. It's a pleasure to have you here. It's a pleasure to be with you and see all of your incredible work. So one more time, for everyone in the room, thank you for attending. Good night.
Just to remind you, if you head back up to the pre-judging room, I will have your build books there. Please come and collect them.
Tell her congratulations. Yeah, yeah. You take care.
Too hot in that.